Grant, the recent consultation on the GloBE information return highlighted the extent of the information that's going to need to be collected by companies and taxpayers in order to fulfil their obligations under the new GloBE rules. That places huge pressure, I think, on tax teams, but it's not just tax teams. Teams are going to have to be engaged with their accounting colleagues and many others across the organisation in order to ensure that they can gather the information required. Where do you think this is all going, and what advice would you have for companies in relation to the administration of the new GloBE rules?
Well, firstly, the feedback that the OECD's had from business is that their data points are excessive if you have to do a comprehensive return. And then the question arises is, where are the simplifications? And is there a flexibility so that for each jurisdiction, if you actually pass the 15% threshold, you don't have to provide additional information as against needing to provide that information. And there are other issues surrounding this concerning the flow of information. People are concerned about confidentiality. They're concerned about how the data might be misused in their view by different revenue authorities throughout the world. It is a very, very important issue. So many multinationals might have 100-odd jurisdictions that they've got to deal with, but only 5 of them are going to produce top-up tax. And if they've got a compliance in relation to the other 95, that it's a costly burden, that's a difficulty.
Gillian, we've been having lots of conversations with companies in relation to Pillar 2. It's now getting very real. What advice would you have for companies, and what should they be doing in 2023?
Yeah, thanks, Anna. I think if we stand back, the whole Pillar 2 process and BEPS 2 itself probably going to be the most fundamental change to the tax system that any of us will see in our tax careers. So it's a journey that we're all on and learning. But I think the common themes we're getting back from groups that we're speaking to is establishing a working group internally. So who has responsibility for it? This has to be cross-functional. Are you including tax, financial accounting, technology, legal, HR? This is a large project that lots of different people need to feed into in order to be able to calculate the effective tax rates and in order to prepare the returns in due course. I think upskilling is very important, so training for internal groups as well is a key part to this. I think groups have to be cognizant of ongoing transactions and their structure to see is that fit for purpose and how that survive or interact with the GloBE rules in due course as well. Things like financing structures or intercompany transfers of assets, these all need to be reviewed in light of the GloBE rules. Another point is the safe harbour rules. So the transitional safe harbour rules are clearly very important for the first 3 years, and lots of groups will seek to rely on them. But can you rely on them? Is your C/C report qualifying or not? And in particular, which jurisdictions can't you rely on them, and what does that mean? And preparing for that is going to be very important. Another key topic, Anna, is data. So data is key here. We know that GloBE information return requires an awful lot of data as things currently stand, and getting a handle on that. What data do I need? Where is it? Who has control of it? Does it even exist? All these questions. So some type of readiness assessment, I think, is some of the key team workshop that we're having with clients to understand where the data is, how to get their hands on it, and what it all means. I think communication strategy is also a very important one. That's internal and external. Internally with the board or other stakeholders, and externally that will also lead ultimately to disclosure of financial statements. I think the final point I'd mention is just monitoring legislative changes. So staying on top of what's happening around the world. Certainly there's no common approach yet. Different timings, perhaps different rules is probably like to be the case. And from an Irish perspective, we've got the feedback statement, and again, we would encourage people to engage with us and with the Department of Finance in relation to that. So lots to think about and lots to do.
A huge amount of work to be done, and to be done in 2023, because this is really very real.